looks. Terrible. Dreadful, dreadful, dreadful. How much better is it? What's it look like that for? Wait till some of you lot get in a minute. Maybe it's the light. Hello, hello. Does that picture look grainy to you? It looks mega grainy to me. Might be because of that big strobe light at the back. I'm not too sure. But I'll do some tweaking in a minute. So for those of you who have just joined and are joining and you're here for a chit chat, I've got loads of clothing that I need to get sorted out. And I'm just hammering through it at the minute and getting it sorted out. Morning, 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 everyone. Morning. Some kind of glare. Yeah, I don't like it. Hold on, if I put that there, that's better. Let me just find somewhere to put you for a second, my little peepees. Didn't quite think this one through, did I? Have you all had a good Christmas? Yeah, happy New Year's Eve. It is New Year's Eve, isn't it? Oh my gosh, it is New Year's Eve. You don't think about it until it's spelled out for you. Well, I don't anyway. Hold your ears. Let's try that. Yeah, I've already done loads of clothing already. I've got through, oh my gosh, got through all these cut hangers so far. I thought let's just jump on and have a little run along. Pop this up here a minute. How's that? Can I still measure? Does that work for me? Can I still measure my clothing? Yes, I can. I'm not a fan of that glare though. Hang on, you got something on your lip. Hold on a minute, guys. There you go. Let's just get that off for you. Working tomorrow. Oh no, can't be having that. Hello, Lin Lin. Yeah, 2025. Hello, Linda. You all right, mate? 2025 should be good for competition when it comes to things like eBay versus Vinted. Because I think Vinted have got some more stuff up their sleeve. eBay will be announcing some stuff. I'm guessing tomorrow. Surely they have to give you like a month to get things sorted out. Because there is some changes coming. 100%. They just haven't announced anything yet. You know. Hello, Mark. Happy New Year to you, mate, and your family and everyone else. I appreciate all the lovely messages recently, by the way. Yesterday's video going over totals, as I'm sure most of you have got a brain, will be aware it's not a brag. 45k turnover is not great. It was a good insight, though, into like the YouTube side of things. And the whole idea of it gives me something to look back on next year. So I'm going to do the same video again next year. Obviously, I'll probably play that one inside the other one and just review it that way and see where we end up next year. Because I've got plans and goals for YouTube, eBay, and my Vinted. Obviously, my reselling and my retailing documentation and this channel. This channel's for entertainment as well. It's not just, I don't want to just go, bought this today, paid £3, sold it for £5. Boring. So, I'll be keeping it in line, but I'll be adding a few more little features that I'm sure most of you will like and enjoy. So what I did yesterday was actually went through my wardrobe. You can't really see it much anyway, but that's all the clothing just there. I went through my own personal wardrobe and pulled out probably 30 pieces of clothing that I just bought for myself to wear and just don't ever wear. So I'm just listing it on Vinted. My Vinted is actually in the description of this video, I think. 2002 RL. They won't let me change my name unless I go into holiday mode. I don't want to go into holiday mode yet because you have to lose all your sales and stuff. Do you know what I mean? Nobody can buy anything. It takes about 14 to 18 days now for it to complete. But by end of today, at some point today, I'm going to sit and just list all this. That coat hanger's had it, I think. just move on. Happy New Year to everyone in the chat. I've got to start using Vinted. Yeah, you should use it. You don't need what's that? You don't even use it to buy stuff. Yeah, don't sleep on Vinted, mate. It is a machine right now, and it's only going to become more machiney. More machiney. I'm really not a fan of how grainy that looks. I'm hoping that's just because of whatever. You can still see it, can't you? It's a fly on the wall situation. Yeah, Vinted is great. My washing machine keeps doing this thing. I've had to clean it. I think it's called Scrud. Starts getting like a build up of stuff, and then when you wash your clothes, it all just leaks onto it. So you have to wash them again. I gave it a bicarbonate vinegar and something else washed the other day, and it's sorted it out. I should have showed you the mark. You'll see what I mean then. So what are you not doing apart from watching me do bits? See, I bought this for myself as well, but I just don't wear it. Strawberry jams, but my glad don't. I like weird stuff like that. Just gotta not hoard it, basically. You haven't got to be like, I see all these people. If you're selling just clothing, I can understand investing in like one of those sort of lean-to things where you can put carpet on it and make everything spread out perfectly. I don't just sell clothes, and when I do, they still sell. I don't care about, you know, making it look like a freaking, what's the word, like a boutique picture. As long as you can see what it is, you can see any condition issues with it, if there is any. It doesn't matter, it will still sell. Obviously, I wouldn't just hang it on the end of my bed. I've seen a few people do that. If you're putting stuff on the end of your bed, stop it. Unless, of course, you're going to make the bed first. Mr. Walmsley's in, I just saw. Let's see what he has to say. Mr. Fat Punk. Looks okay. Happy New Year. I was on play up in Sheffield. Good. Best wishes to Mel, mate. Happy New Year to you both. For sure. Bless her. What a time to be doing all that, eh? Got to get the bar. Are you going cinema? Nice. So I'm going to try and read your comments the best I can. So there you go. Look, perfect example of this one. I must have missed this one. When you've washed it, where are we? A little bit there, a little bit there, a bit there. It's like it leaks through the holes in the washing machine drum. So it builds up after a while. And you need to do it again. Well, I've cleaned it now, so it's all good. Look at this bad boy. Early 2000s remake. 2001, I think, something like that. It's on that old anvil tag. Nice. Just going to keep it for myself, but it just doesn't fit the way I want it to. Pitco, Mr. King Parker. Thank you, Pitco. I appreciate that, mate. Hello, Brian. I don't like Depop. It's a bit too chavvy for me. And what I mean by that is you got like, I don't want to be judgmental, but a lot of kids use it, and it's like you get, I don't know how to explain it. I don't like it. Make sure you can see all the cracking in this one. Can you hear my kid shouting at the vacuum cleaner? Oh my goodness, I can't get a grip of it. This tag's all shrunk up. So there is a date there somewhere. I love Pink Floyd. I grew up with Pink Floyd. Mother was a big Pink Floyd fan, which meant the house was a big Pink Floyd fan. You get me? I think Depop is no fees now. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, eBay's playing a weird game at the minute. I don't know how to explain it. It's definitely doing a lot of reactive movements to the markets, Vinted, and all these different things. There's a lot of reaction going on when, unfortunately, eBay was in the position to do a lot of active stuff. They didn't have to be reactive, you know. They could have just been the market leader in that, in their innovations. But now they're reacting, and I think people are just like the guy that doesn't use Vinted, for example. I think there's a lot of people, including these big CEOs and big company execs and stuff, that don't realise just how much of a weapon Vinted really is, and they're starting to see it now. They're starting to realise it, and that's their problem. That's their fault for being a bit slow on it. You know what I mean? But we're here now. Hopefully, they can do something in a way that makes sense of the situation. Hopefully, I would expect they can. There we go. Bank of Dad closed. Go ask your mother. Go and ask your mother. Because I'm skint. DJ tonight at the local rugby club. Nice. Enjoy that, Jeffrey. What sort of DJ is it? Hello, Mark. Hello, Snaky Mark. You snake. Mark calls me a snake because I listen to my stuff without telling him. Sorry, Mark. Have you used it like box yet? Yeah, I like it. It's just here. I'm using it for like the small stuff. For the small bits, it's really good. But what it's made me realise is the space I've got there, I am actually going to try and get a jumbo XL one. So I can just have that corner there for photographing. Because the fact that it packs up is just lovely and wonderful to me. So I can leave it set up, and then if I really need to move it, just it's gone, isn't it? So I'm going to go for like a jumbo one. I keep getting messages for sponsorships and stuff. All these Amazon people, I must have, I'm not even joking, probably 2 a day of like Amazon products that these Amazon sellers want to send me to review, like glass teacups, glass kettles, dog food bowls, automatic dog food bowls. Like I get all that kind of weird stuff. And I was like, just somebody, one of you guys asked me to review a light box. So the other day, somebody asked me to do a retractable, it's not a tape measure, but it's a retractable thing. I looked at their store and they've got light boxes. So I'm going to reply. I was supposed to do it yesterday, actually. I'm going to reply and say, don't care about your retractable, whatever it is. Let me do your light box. That's what I did with this table. When I first got this table from FlexiSpot, they messaged me asking me to do a chair. And I was like, I don't want a chair. I noticed you got some tables. Let's do a table. And they said, okay. And then they messaged me like 3 months later and said, do you want to do a table? I was like, I've just done a table. Where's your records? But now we're here. Let's do a chair. And they were like, okay. So you can't help to ask, can it? Dad's skin. Mum gets it off. Dad gives it to the kids. Yeah, I guess. All right. So with vintage, you need to make sure that if you're doing, especially things like this is Scoffle, for example, it's quite a high value shirt. You need to make sure that you're getting every picture of every label, because it'll go into review otherwise, and then it'll just reject it. Nike and stuff, Adidas, whatever else, you can just crack on and get up. Obviously, you take pictures of the labels anyway, but things like this, get all the care labels and stuff as well. So there's no, what's the word? There's no like there's no reason for them to reject the product, because they do. I've had it a few times. I'm listing genuine stuff and they're like, no. It took me ages to realise because I wasn't taking pictures of the care labels and stuff. So I'm guessing when it comes to a certain value, they might not even do it with Scoffle. I bet they will though. But I imagine they've got like a team that'll quickly check over anything. There we go. I found Cocos trainers I picked up from the boot. Was it diet? Mental, isn't it? I used to work in a recycling centre when I was about 22, 23. I literally did it just to get in. This was back in the days when you could dive into the bin. So we had a bin hook. It was like a broomstick with a big hook on the end. And when people would throw stuff away, normally through like Easter holidays, they'd get drawers and just chuck them into a black bag. We'd start to learn what them bags look like. So we'd reach in with a stick, hook them out, pull them out, go through them. You'd find phones, jewelry, cash, money, all sorts of stuff. And anyway, so I went through this, did the same thing once, dived into the bin, hooked it out, pulled it out, big makeup bag full of cannabis. Tons of it. And I used to use it at the time then as well. So I was like, nice one, brother. I couldn't think of anything worse right now, though. At this age, it'd send me into a panic. But I used to get loads of bargains, though. Loads of bargains. Mr. Flint. How are you, David? Sorry, mate. Oh, dear. Yeah, Happy New Year to everyone who's saying it. I appreciate it. Any tips on logging car boot buys on QuickBooks? I'm new to it all and it's confusing me. Yes. So I am doing a video on it. I've been saying it for a million years, but it does take time. QuickBooks, there's also a link in the description again down below for you to go and get a 50% discount on your QuickBooks subscription. They're already cheap anyway, but use that code and you get a bit more. QuickBooks is fantastic. So when it comes to car boot sales, let's say, for example, I pick up this bundle of items. I don't know. Let's just pretend there's a lovely picture. All right. I bought that. I need to log it. I can't prove. I've got no receipts for it. So I'll take a picture of it. Go to my QuickBooks app. Type in expense, who I paid, car boot sale, a picture of it, and the amount. That is it. That's all you've got to do. There's a few more little steps in there that you can get obviously a bit more detail with, but it's more a matter of like trust and proof. So there's not much you can do regarding cash pickups. When you go to your banking and you withdraw £50 from the bank, for example, to go to the car boot sale, it'll come up in your QuickBooks because you've linked it to your bank. And if you spend that £50, when you do your expense, that'll come off of that £50 you've withdrawn. So it evens things out. Or if you only spend 40, you've got £10 residual, you'll be left with what's known as £10 cash on hand. So it looks like you've got cash on hand for the business. But that's all it is. It's just a matter of, if you get an investigation, they can look at the pictures and be like, okay, cool. So you said you spent £50 here. There's items there that you've shown. Nobody knows what they're really worth. Like, how do you know that's worth £50 still? You can do some market research and stuff. But then, if, let's say, for example, they come to an investigation and they come to your unit, they look around and they go, you've said you've spent about £4,000 on stock this year with cash, and you've got about £4,000 worth of stock here in cash worth. You're good. Obviously, there'll be a bit more digging than that. But if you say you spent £4,000 on stock for the year, and they come to your unit or your place, or however they want to investigate, they look at your eBay store, you've got £100 worth of stuff on there. Come to your garage and you've got £200 worth of stuff on there. It's a problem. But then if you can show the stock and have it all in the QuickBooks and show what you've done, that's all it is. It's not what's someone looking for. Not a matter of trust. It's just a matter of that's all you can do. So that's all you can do. That's all they can expect from you. Just be honest. Don't withdraw £100, spend £2 and take a picture of something worth £2 and say you spent £100 on it. They're not stupid, and you'll just get done. So just be honest, be open, that's it. So have a look at that basically. No, well done, JJ. You're right. I hate how seen I am. I hate how known I am. I think I just said the same thing 15 times, didn't I? I can't believe I actually got through the whole pile. I've only got these things out. I'm going to save them. I've got this one here. I'll actually got some bits over there I'm going to do anyway. This was that Oakley 2-piece that I picked up. Look at that. It's a slammer. So this gilet zips into here. And this is a nice Ralph Lauren sheep's wool or a shearling gilet. I'm saving those. I don't mind saving the high value stuff. Just so I've got it, you know what I mean? Because I enjoy it. Let me get some nicotine. I didn't mean you, I meant the comments. Oh, fair. But I also, this worked out for me as well. I don't think you're allowed to vape on screen. I'm always 100% honest with my carbon purchases. Always 100% always honest. During the winter months, I spend a lot of my time working through my backlog. I don't call it a death pile, I call it a stockpile. So I use these winter months to start hammering through a lot of the stuff that I never quite got around to before the car beats finish. And then I do things like Facebook Marketplace pickups or whatever else I can do, bundle stuff from people if I start getting low or need a bit of stuff to be listing to boost the stores. But mainly I just build a pile, and then obviously I'll go to the charity shops as well. A lot of this stuff that I've got left at the moment is actually stuff that when the car boot seasons come back open again, I'll probably take that to the car boot. I'm still picking through listing stuff. It's all still list worthy, but it gets to a point where, so as soon as the car boot seasons come back, which for me it's in February, obviously weather dependent for one of them, then I'll just take that there eventually and sell it and get it gone. But for now, I've listed most of my main stuff from there, and there's still plenty of value in there for me to pick out of. But as soon as I open, I'll be like, fresh start, boy. Let's go. Sell it all cheap. Invest the stock back into something else and move on. And go again. Coming up to Corby soon, yeah? Yeah, mate. What you got for me? Do you worry that you get locked in your garage if the fob stops working? No, there's a manual override. Although the manual override is on the outside. I've never thought about that until now, actually. Let me go check something. Now, I can twist it from the inside as well. So there's a manual override outside with a key lock. And then there's a bit on the inside there I can twist as well. I'd never thought about that until just that moment. How often do you go to charity shops? Not very. Obviously, I go before Christmas. I go to my local one every day, every other day. Because if I go to the parcel shop, I just pull into my local one, dive in. I used to film in there for you guys, make a quick snippet, but I can't do it anymore. They don't let me. So I go to that one almost every day. But like big rounds and stuff, I haven't done I did a big round once, probably 3 months ago. Haven't done a big round for a while. Haven't needed to. A lot of people say just go for the content. If I go just for the content, I'm gonna be stressed because I'm like, I need to find something to film my voice. Whereas if I go on my own, it's just normal, and I don't find anything. Who cares? Because I don't, it doesn't matter what anybody thinks. Like having a camera wherever you got it. Let's say I've got it here. Remembering to switch it on and switch it off again all these multiple times is stressful. Because sometimes you do something. Oh, fuck, I forgot to record that bit, or you go off. I left it on record for 20 minutes. Now I've got to edit all that out. So I don't want to go just for the content. Now I am going to set up a new route, and I've worked out my new route and my new timing going into the new year to do some charity shop rounds. But that's just going to be a set day every single week. So if I find stuff or don't, who cares? I'm still going to film it. Do you know what I mean? Whereas if I was to go, right, I need to go get some content now, let's go charity shopping, it'd be terrible, it'd be boring. First car boot of the year with fire with them unwanted Christmas gifts. Yeah, I think a lot of that stuff actually now ends up on Vinted. You know, people blame YouTube resellers. We can't find the bargains anymore. It's not just about us guys. It's about the fact that the internet does exist now, and there are platforms like eBay and Vinted, whatever else, for people to list stuff on. A lot of people with their unwanted Christmas presents, they'll stick them on Vinted. It takes easy. They haven't got to worry about postage and stuff because obviously it's all paid for. It's the most simplified process for the average sort of non-reselling person. You can just take a photo of it on the end of your bed or on the bathroom floor and sell it. We won't see any of that on the car boot sales. You need to change tactics this year. But it's going to be interesting this year actually shopping for not just eBay, but eBay and Vinted. You know, I'm going to be buying things now and we're looking around going, right, I wouldn't normally get that Minecraft teddy bear for £1 because it's only selling for like £6 on eBay. But actually, we'll buy that because that'll sell for £3 on Vinted and it'll sell probably the same day. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'll be shopping for eBay as well as Vinted. If I see a big box of electrical components, like, I don't know, fire alarm systems on eBay, on the car boot sale, I'll buy them. You'd buy them anyway, but I'd buy them for eBay, for example. If I see a pair of size 3.5 trainers, Nike, I don't know, Air Force something for £5 at the car boot sale, I wouldn't normally buy them because on eBay you're not going to get much. But for Vinted, I'll probably get tenner for them straight away. £10, £5 double up. Beautiful. So that's how my mindset's going to be going into the new car boot season. We've got to change, we've got to adapt, we've got to sort of make our presence known and make our plans and work it out that way. Do you ever forget to record and have to recreate the moment? No. Well, yes, actually, Jess likes it. I don't think Jess is in here, to be fair, but there was one time I didn't record at the car boot sale and I reacted it. It's in one of my videos. I did a reenactment for her. She likes that one. Well, let me go dig some more clothes out because otherwise I'll have nothing to list. Got another bag full here, boy. The only thing is, this lot is not actually on coat hangers. The last lot was already on coat hangers because it was from my wardrobe, so it was nice and easy to list. Now I've got to pull it out and put it on hangers, and I can't be arsed, really, to be honest. We've got people coming over for New Year's Eve. Some people are coming to, what's the word? I see the new year in, I suppose. I'm not exactly the most social person. But they're Emma's family, so I'll make an exception. Looks pretty, doesn't it? Are you going to have a mooch at the Argos clearance place in Corby? Nah, Eddie will, though. Eddie will. So I remember probably, don't think Devane is in here, if I'm honest, but I remember probably 15 years ago, me and Devaney was in the Argos Top Clubber. We was in the Argos clearance place, and they had Pokemon DS games in a big basket for like £1 each, getting rid of them. £1. Big tub of them. Big tub. I didn't pick anything up. I don't think he did either. I remember looking at them going, oh, £1, can't even get rid of them now. Oh, it makes me sick thinking about it, actually. Makes me sick. What's this Argos, please? Does not know? You know about the Argos clearance, Corby? Surely, Eddie. If not, get on Google and you'll soon realise it is. How long have I been flipping for? Since Friday free ads was around. If any of you remember Friday free ads, I used to buy things and sell things in and from the back of the Friday ads. You'd have to submit your listing online. One of them I remember was a weight bench. I just remember it because it was my first one that I did do, where I made some good money. So I bought a weight bench for like £5 from one of my neighbours. Used to go on to online or write it in, submit your application. No pictures, just words. Click submit. The next Friday, you'd look to see if it was actually printed in the back of the Friday free ads, and then you got your phone number and stuff on there, and that's how we used to deal. So I say from them days, really. Yellow paper, yeah, same sort of thing. Daventry. Oh, yeah, they do it there as well. You still use the Friday ads. Yeah, I think they've got an online section at the moment now, which is fantastic still. Take a picture of that. I'm going to need the bigger bags, I think. Yeah, I've always been buying and selling something in one way or another. Look at this. Eddie, is that what you said? That's what you said, isn't it? An Avon bag. I'm going to sell it. I'm going to sell that, boy. Let's flog it. There we go. Let's just turn that light off a minute, because otherwise I can't. It gets a glare on there. Give me a second. Get that gone. Get that sold. Yes, you have. Yeah, I got one too. Yes, you have what? Oh, bought and sold stuff, yeah. The massive pink paper. I remember that as well. Top reseller, great guy. Keep up the good work, Ricky. Thank you so much, Aaron. I appreciate that, mate. Hello, Shaz. How you doing? Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you and Pete. That's how I didn't say Peter. Hey, thank you so much for our lovely video. Obviously, I'm not going to post it on here. It's personal and private. Hi, Ricky. I feel like I'm the female version of you. I feel sorry for you, my darling. I find it really hard to socialise. Love your channel and it's inspired me. I sell on Vinted, but it's really slow at the minute. Just keep plodding on there. Make sure you're taking good photos on Vinted because there's a lot of competition. Yeah, socialising for me is a really hard one. I'm quite I come across very confident, and I am confident. If you pick me up right now and threw me into the middle of 100 people, I'd thrive. In fact, I'd be so much to say, well, I have to get myself to the point where I become the centre of that in order for me to remain on top from my mental side. Otherwise, I fall into it. But if you tell me, well, we're going to go somewhere in a minute and there's going to be 100 people, I need you to socialise, I'd find every excuse. I'd start pretending I'm going to faint or something. I'd find every excuse not to go. But if you just pick me up and went, boom, there you go, I'd thrive. So it's a weird one. The thought of it makes me just not want, I'll just close down. And that's the same with smaller crowds as well. Like, I've got like a weird thing in my head. Apparently, people who have spicy brains like I do, apparently a lot of that can also be autism spectrum. So there could be something there regarding it. I don't know. Not that I would ever live by a label. It'd be nice to know, wouldn't it? These are lovely trousers, actually. Look, it's even got like a little drug pocket. Look at that. It's got a little packet pocket in the back. Imagine. Take them off there, man. These feel like tweed. They're by Mark Darcy. Good little brand, these are. Something to look out for if you ever see the label. There you go. Mark Darcy, London. They're not epic, they're just alright. 36R. So what I'll do is I'll just take a measurement of the inside of the leg. Because even though it's 36R, people like to see the length of the leg. The first and second leg. Never show them the third leg because they're not a fan of that. There we go, 27. Sounds like me. I'm a people person who hates people. Yeah, exactly that. Like, I don't hate people. I do hate people sometimes, actually. Longer hair. What do you mean? Oh, God, that takes me back to my mum and dad. Used to get the free ads stood right in the big yellow paper or something. Yeah, exactly that. Meant to be for condoms. I don't know. It's a modern pair of trousers. I don't think anyone cares about that, do they, anymore? I'm hammering through this clothing. Might have to go live and do some clothing a lot more. Got to be worth extra couple of quid for that for the packet pocket. Totally get that. I'm okay with one person, but anything more, I'm not good. Would you be going to see Val in the Chazza in Southam in the new year? I'm the one that knows her. I messaged you before. I thought the person that messaged me about Val was a dude. Unless you're a dude called Kelly as well. My apologies if so. But yeah, I'll be going now. I'll be going into there. Yeah, I get exactly that. So Stacey, I get like a come down. Emma calls it my social battery. Like, it just depletes quickly. And she knows what she's very, very good. She knows when I get to a certain point, she knows. So she doesn't like ask too much of me. Very, very good. Very, very good. Love her dearly. Look at these. These are smart, aren't they? I was going to keep them for myself. They're Adidas, cuffed bottom with a zip. like a really nice grey colour on the originals, but they are a XL and they're freaking massive. Even I had to tie them with the rope, and when I tied them, if the rope moved, they were gone. And I like to go commando quite a lot. I don't really fancy that while I'm out. Well, boxers are good, but I like to wear no boxers sometimes. All right, that's my secret. That's my secret. Oh, I think they're really cool, man. I might just put on an extra 3 stones so I can keep them. Actually, that's what I might do. We'll put them in the maybe pile. I really like them. I really, really like them. Good time to get an O'Neill scarf out. This but my brother, that casual thing. What do you use to get verified on Vinted? They keep rejecting everything. I'll just use my. What did I use? I'm not a company. I can't remember what it's just national insurance number. Obviously, they do that now, but it's obviously hidden. And was it my tax number? Can't remember. But I did it. I breezed it. Everyone said having issues being self-employed. I just went straight on, giving what they wanted, and that's it. I was done. Not too sure why everyone's having such troubles. Like, obviously, I can't speak for your personal circumstances. I don't know, but mine was a doddle. I wonder what the pocket is actually for. Probably like maybe cufflinks, I suppose. If you take your cufflinks off and just stick them there, so you've got them. Well, who knows? Good morning, Martin. Haha, no, it was me, a female. Was it actually? I need to go back on. Can you message me again on Instagram so I can actually look at it and be like, oh yeah, of course. By the way, when I talk to people, men and women, and anything in between, I say mate a lot. I don't mind if you're a man or a woman. It's just a thing that I do. I am trying to work on my speech at the moment, but mate is like a thing that I do. So if I ever say like, "I do, mate, you're all right," and you're a woman, it's not because I think you're a dude. I'm just saying to you, all right, mate, because you can be my mate though. Still talking to John. I never see his video pop up anymore, to be honest. John who? I know a few Johns in the scene. And I'll talk to everyone. I've got no beef with anyone. I think if you have a genuine... I think if you have a generous nature, you see socializing as something you have to contribute towards. So the thought of meeting people comes with the added pressure of being entertaining. Let me read that again. I think if you have a generous nature, you see socializing as something you have to contribute towards. Yeah, I'm never going to go to a big crowd of people and just be that person who sits there quietly. So I guess there's a contribution there. So the thought of meeting people comes with the added pressure of being entertaining. It's very good, Stephen. It's very good. I think you're on something. Yeah, I've seen that, Eddie. John Luke. Yeah, I'll speak to John Luke. John Sound is doing his... John and Charlotte are grafting hard. Listen, they want to buy a house, and I think they're on their way to buy a house. You know, they've got a goal in mind, and they want to do it, and they are going to do it. They're not stopping at anything. The way those guys work is impeccable. I'm not just saying this because I'm friends with them. I genuinely love bantering them. If I could call them shit, I would. Genuinely working very, very hard and doing very, very good things. So I've got nothing but respect for their workload, even though to their face, I'll slag them off. See the difference there? To their face. Because I like the banter. But they are an absolute dream team. They've got a goal and they're going to get it. And they're going to get to where they want to get to. And they deserve it. They work really, really hard. Terrible YouTubers. Great at reselling. Not on Instagram. I messaged you on YouTube after I saw a video in Southampton. Oh, okay. No, sorry. There's also a person on YouTube who also there's also a person on Instagram who mentioned Southampton charity shop as well. So just a weird coincidence there, Kelly. That's all. How snazzy is this? It's by Tonka Toys, little boys, like almost like a not varsity, what do you call it? It's like a patchwork jacket. Tonka trucks, work at Tonka. Might have a boy just so he can have this. Might go and quickly nip in there and impregnate Emma. I don't mind at all. I don't mind that at all. I'm on the army camp and everyone calls you mate. There you go. So you're used to it. All the squaddies, come on, mate. They probably don't say mate. They probably call you a turdy maggot. Come on, you turdy maggot. That's very American, isn't it? Yeah, it's Kelly. That's probably what it is. Personally, don't like mate. My answer is usually condom. Mate's condoms. I get it. Yeah, you haven't got to like anything. There's things that I don't like people saying, do and stuff, but also I'm never going to pull them up on it. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, if someone was like, "Oh, toss bag," and I don't know you, then I'd be like, "What?" But if there's people that speak and they quite a lot. I'd never be like, "What are you umming for?" I'd just be like, "Okay, cool. That's what you do. Just get over it." Or a lizard. Move, you lizard! Happy New Year, Jay. Thank you, mate. Sports car reseller, but love watching you. Yeah, thank you, man. Hope you do really well this year, mate. What age size that Tonga jacket? What age or size do you need, Eddie? Because it will be that. It will be that size. It's actually a size it's an age 3 to 4. So it needs to be that size. And if you need it to be a 5 to 6, I'll tell you it's a 5 to 6. Whatever you tell me is what it's going to be. Well, that's that bag dealt with for now. A second. Whatever you tell me it is, Eddie. Whatever you tell me you need, mate. 3 to 4 cheers. Let me know how much to send you. Thank you very much. 60 quid. Free postage. Thank you, mate. First year reselling properly in 2025. I want to do maybe 21k if I can. You can do that easily. I have worked very little on eBay. If you're talking about just eBay. So if you saw my video from yesterday where I was talking about figures, 21k for the year is dreadful. But it isn't, because it's not my sole income. If it was my sole income, I'd be panicking. So if it's going to be your sole income, because bearing in mind I've got like mortgage, finance, car, personal loans, and living, phone, all these other things, my bills are really quite high, and kids. 21k is doable as long as you can live on that, minus tax, minus fees, minus expenses, minus cost of goods, minus everything else. But I would never be able to live on that with my current lifestyle. My lifestyle's not flashy. I've got no savings in the bank. I've just got a mortgage. I've got a car. I've got a personal loan. I've got a phone. Car tax, car insurance. If you've seen the sort of effort I've put into my eBay and you've seen those figures, imagine what you could do on full effort or proper effort that actually putting the graft in. Totally doable. I was leaning on YouTube ad revenue because I said to Emma, I said, well, I'm going to have a little experiment. Obviously, we all knew this. We knew this from the start that eBay was going to suffer if I focused on YouTube. I wanted to see how much money you can make from YouTube if you put a good 6 months graft in, be consistent. And I wanted it to be through the winter months, which is where the lowest payment thing is. So I said, let's just do it. So we've got the back end of the car boot season now. And then I'll push forward through to the winter, through the slow season when the content dries up, because people love coming to watch a car boot sale. They love watching you go through a charity shop and have a rummage through there. But that sort of season dies down in the winter. You have to try and be watchable enough to get you through that side of the season as well, which is what I've been hoping to do. I'm trying to build like a personal side. I wanted to build something where you could just log in and watch. So that was like a nice experiment. But we knew eBay was going to suffer for that. So we said, let's just do it. So I say I always run things by and talk to Emma about what I'm going to do so she knows where I'm at. And we did it. And the experiment was like, yeah, okay, YouTube can be profitable. But also it shows that it affects my eBay side of it, because editing is not quick. Filming takes a little while. Having these ideas, whatever else you're doing, unless you're doing fly on the wall stuff, takes time. Uploads and rendering, whatever else. When I'm uploading and rendering, I can't use my MacBook. My iPad is my MacBook. So it's like, if you was to go full steam ahead and you wasn't doing YouTube, or you found a way to do YouTube and make it really easy, if you just did one of those one take, no edit videos, good on you, fair play to you. Love that for you, and that is what you should be doing. If you're not on YouTube right now and you're wanting, that is what you should be doing. But if you want to do that as a continuation throughout as a growing channel, fair play to you. I can't do that. I like to do the little zazzy bits. But eBay is totally doable. You'll totally do 21k this year. You'll do 30k, 40k. And you have to remember, most of our margins are quite slim. We might sell something for a tenner, 20 quid, 30 quid. Okay, we sell something for £50. We might have only paid £1 for it from the car boot sale, £5 max. That's a £45 margin to play with fees, to play with tax, to play with everything else. And what's left after that is quite high. Not many businesses can you have a gross percentage like that, and a profit margin like that per item, per thing. You know, a lot of these businesses, they'll be buying, like, I don't know, I'm trying to keep it simple. Somewhere like Sainsbury's might buy a tin of beans from Heinz for fucking ridiculous prices now, but they might buy a tin of beans for £1.29 and sell it for £1.49. But because they're selling volume, that 20p over 10,000 tins, over 10,000 stores a day, it's massive, isn't it? That's their kind of margins. Ours are £1 into £50, for example. £1 into £20 massive. £5 into £20 huge. Over multiple items, it's totally doable. Don't get daunted. Don't let anybody tell you differently than that. Thank you, Martin. I appreciate it. Yeah, if you could all subscribe, that'd be fantastic. I'm going to try and catch up on some comments quickly. I am going to have a hit this week though. YouTube don't like it, so I'm going to have to like back of the school sheds. No, I'm just going to do it. How much should I be making before I take profits for myself? Can't answer that question for you, brother. Too personal. I don't know your circumstances. The more you make, the more they spend. It's what kids do. Exactly that, mate. Hello, Ricky. Saw your total sales number yesterday. Very impressive. Good luck with the next year and hope you can double that and some. I will double it. That's part of the plan. So, but the year before that, it was 36k, and the year before that, it was 42k on eBay. This year, 21. But I knew why. Because I was focusing on the YouTube channel. I wanted to see if I could. I'm looking at things in the background of the channel as well. So one had to suffer for me to make one work. Now I've got this dialed in. I know how, when, why, how long it's going to take to make a video. I can work all that around my routine now. So I can do eBay and YouTube and Vinted and go to the car boots and go to the charity shops all in one. Whereas before I was looking at YouTube like it was so hard for me to do. So I do like a video a month, if you remember. I do like one video a month, sometimes one video every 2 months, because it was like, okay, see if I can fit YouTube in and around eBay. See if I can fit YouTube in and around eBay. I wanted to change that. So I went, right, YouTube's my focus. eBay will just plod along. I got to a point where it was just like eBay, YouTube, to a point where it was like eBay, YouTube, and now it's sort of nicely combined in. I can now just do it all. So this is the plan. This has been the plan all along, and it's worked. Now I just need to implement it when the season comes back in. So yeah, I'll definitely do better on eBay next year. But it's a nice video for me to look back on next year, isn't it? When I can compare it. You'll be more skint when your kids are 20 and 18, I'm sure. Where is your IKEA bag? You could auction that for mega bucks to your subscribers. I don't know about that, David. I am going to do something soon, though, actually, which is going to be... I'm not going to talk about it. Talk about it another time. Was you computer literate before starting a channel, or winged it? I was relatively computer literate. I've actually got a NVQ level 2 in Microsoft Word processing, I'll have you know. That's truth, but the funny thing is it means absolutely fucking nothing. The figures for last year aren't truly typical, because half of last year you were doing consignment. Yeah, and that as well. Kids spending money should be tax deductible. Yeah, one-off items. This is my first year in total sales, 24k. I'm pleased with that. Yeah, good on you, mate. You should be doing it. You're doing well. Very true. I've had plenty of experience of 8 kids. Yeah, I don't know how you do it. Fair play to you. Fair play to you with 8 kids. This look brand new with tagged like, what is that? Bickley and Mitchell scarves and stuff just hanging around in the winter, not listed. It's just ridiculous. It's disgusting behaviour. So we get that photograph now quickly. I reckon it's like a snood. Is that what you call it? Like a snooty type thing? Do you know what I mean? I guess that's what you'd call it. Pull it over your neck, tight. What's everybody else's like hints and tips for like eBay and selling and stuff? If you want to share them with people in the chat, and if you wouldn't mind, you don't have to, but I'd love it if you could subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and like this video, like the live stream, just for the analytics side of things. Like I said, this year I've been doing a lot of analytic diving and looking into things instead of just looking at the obvious normal stuff. I want to learn more about this platform and all the other bits and pieces as well. Broski, the way you doing things and work out. Let me just get my bloody arrow in the way. Hate kids, get them to work. Stephen, Broski, the way you're doing things and work. Hang on a minute. I don't know if I'm being thick here. The way you're doing things, I'm guessing the way you're doing things and work ways out to improve is the bee's knees. And out of all the YouTube resellers I watch, you are by far the most helpful. And me watching your vids. No, I appreciate that, mate. I got there in the end. I get what you're saying. Appreciate it, mate. And while I was growing up, it was just like, it's helped me so much, man. I've learned so many things to move forward. Nah, you too, man. I hope you do. It was smashing New Year. You're very welcome. I like see a lot of channels. I've noticed a few copycats on what I'm doing recently, but that's okay. If I'm being imitated, it means I'm up the top somewhere. But I want to be one of those channels where it's an entertainment channel. I know where I'm at. This is not a bragging channel. That's how it was at the beginning. That's how we all was. We all said, look what I've just bought for £2, sold it for £50. And I took a big hiatus from YouTube for about 6 months because I wasn't liking it. I didn't enjoy it. So I'm coming back with the idea of entertainment. I want this channel to be entertainment, but also you can get info from it as well. If I've got a nugget to share, I'm going to share it. I'm going to tell you. I'm not going to gatekeep it. If I've got something like a little tip or a hack or something, I'm going to share it. If I find a good brand, here you go. Look out for that one. I hope you find it as well. But I also want to be entertaining. So I've been trying to find that balance. So I'm glad to have helped you. No. It's okay. Let loose. I get it. JDLB's noticed as well. I don't know what you've noticed though. Dude, I noticed the copycats. Oh, you mean like the noticed copycats after a lot of your vids? Yeah, there's a few out there, which is fine. I don't mind. I'd rather be the one copied than the one copying. Does that make sense? And I find it as a compliment. People are investing in you probably more than they are in what you do. So that allows you a wide range of content. Yeah, that's great, man. I like that. I'll do that. Your channel was by far the best, mate. Started reselling back in March and have learned a lot from you. Thanks and have a great new year. Thank you, and you have a great new year, mate. I appreciate it. Lovely, kind words, and don't go unnoticed. Oh, there's that Mickey. Look at that. It's again just in a bag. Brand new with tags. I say brand new with tags. New with tags. Vintage Mickey MGM. Single stitch in this bitch. Somebody asked for this. Can't remember who it was, though. If it was one of you guys, message. I'll leave it out for a minute because somebody actually did that. This is what I mean. People ask me for stuff, and I go, I'll get around to it eventually. So let me know nearer the time. Nearer the time comes, I finally dig out the bag or wherever it is, and I forgot who it was. I'll just list it. And people get mad at me. I'm like, I'm sorry, man. Just made a sale on eBay as you're live. I am your lucky charm, mate. Everybody get listing right now while you're watching. Make some of them sales. Remember when you released a viral YouTube video, the next week every reseller used the same title? Yeah, and a lot of them did well of it. Basically, I'm not bitter. I've just looked at the analytics. I released a video that went for the reselling community, went viral. People copied off the back of that, or at least tried to mold theirs in the shape of, which is what you should do. But because mine had already gained the traction, my video was recommending their videos on the back end of that, and then their video was recommending the back end of that, and their videos took off way more than mine. So mine kind of got left behind after that, which is just the way YouTube is. You can't guarantee anything. But I like to look at the analytics of things and see what's what, because there's a load you can break down. You can see where videos are sending people. You can see where people have come from on your videos as well. It's really, really interesting when you study it. And there's a lot of information to learn from it as well. But yeah, when my video went nuts, a few people molded theirs around the same sort of thing, and theirs took off, man. So I was the gunpowder and they were the bullet. Stephen's been selling for 3 to 4 months purely because of my channel. I love the way you work. I find you hilarious. Thank you so much for inspiring and clear some debts. Good on you, mate. Appreciate it. You keep clearing those. Cream. Not just rubbing my face. Yeah, good on you, UC, man. Get that channel going. But you know what separates you from the others? You're down to earth and don't mind being silly on your vids. That's entertainment. Yeah, I've got no issue making a fool of myself. I'm not going to completely mug myself off, but I don't mind making a fool of myself. You know? If you can't laugh at yourself, what's the point? People are too serious. List at least 10 times a day, and if you can set some listings up, that's different. Yeah, man. Just setting up to pre-film for 25. Good on you. Yeah, mental stuff, isn't it? See how this is what I mean. This is why today I said I'm going to come on here and I'm going to chit chat, but I'm also going to focus on what I'm doing because look, see how quick I spent 10 minutes then. 10 minutes doing nothing. Listing wise, what have I done with that freaking hanger? Oh, I'll put it up here, haven't I do appreciate you all being in here. I appreciate you watching my videos throughout the year, and when you do, like, I love this community. Yeah, there's going to be a few little turds in it. It's going to happen, isn't it? But that just comes with the territory. You can't put yourself out there and not expect some people to want to, what's the word? Reflect their insecurities onto you. And that's just life, I'm afraid. The majority of people, fantastic. I love doing the videos. Love it. Do you know how many times I get questions? People saying things like, does it have pockets? I've realised now the best thing to do is just put your hand in it so people can see there's pockets. Because it is quite a big question that I get. Have you got pockets? Yeah, bro. What you want to say? Could have been so good to get. I'm really loving Careless Whisper at the moment. I think I said it the other day. Playing it for over and over again many times recently. So these are a size small, but they're really big. They're obviously basketball shorts. I'm not liking how grainy that is. Thank you for the love hearts, whoever did that. Don't know how you do it, but appreciate it. And the parties, whatever. Lillian sent something and removed it, bless her. Number one reason I couldn't do YouTube, I couldn't be civil to those people. So to begin with, I couldn't be civil because obviously, Eddie, you know my personal background and how I grew up and the things I was involved in and whatever else. A very much take no shit kind of situation, of the way of living. Having kids changed that for me. I'll just let all that go. You stop caring. And then coming onto YouTube, I'd already trained myself not to care with the kids. So it's easier for me, much easier. Ricky, you do you. That's what makes your videos the way they are. Get the message across whilst being entertaining. Yeah, that's basically it. It can't be too serious all the time, man. Can't be. You sees nothing on me. Yeah, you'll be fine, mate. I'm nothing. I'm just consistent. I'm nothing special. Mrs. keeps moaning at me because I'm always watching you and not spending time with her. But good thing that's to come from it. She's got me a laptop and a GoPro. Get up there. Sorry to be your third wheel. Leaves to change listing on Lacoste shorts. Yeah, fair play. Go and stick your hand in that pocket. It does change you personally. It does change, and vocabulary wise. But it definitely changes you personally. I love you being here, Lyndon. You've been around for many years on this channel. You're one of the OGs. I really didn't want to be on camera, and that's what stopped me from starting, but I'm facing my fears and getting over myself. You don't have to be on camera if you don't want to. You can just do POV stuff. Or you could do something quite unique and become like a masked person that wears a mask or something. You know, there's what's that big YouTuber, is it? I can't remember his name now. Wears that bandana here, whatever else. You could do something niche like that. There's a guy that does reselling on here that puts a fucking plastic bag on his head. What's his name? Does like video games and retro games and stuff. The masked reseller. Okay. Oh, most of this is trousers. I don't want to list trousers. I can't be asked for trousers. If you don't list it, it won't sell. Just realised I've not even had breakfast yet. I'm still in my pajamas. A little whoop, 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 woo, baby. But I'm going to go to Greg's in a minute. Sorry, Ayrton. I'm going to go drop some parcels off. Slide down to the garage. Get some vaping stuff. I am going to try, and that's one of my things again that I want to try and move for the year is vaping. It's disgusting. I hate it. Pisses me off. It's not even disgusting. I don't mean that. I actually don't mind vaping. It's just the fact it can't be good for you, can it? Do you know what I mean? Can't be good for you. Right, that's that. That one needs to go today. This can go up here. We'll list that one in a minute. Are there any real benefits of going pro on Vinted? So the only reason why I ended up going pro was the fact that I was putting out, so at some points I had like 80 listings, and I thought, and I don't cross list, rarely, 1 or 2 out of 80 maybe. But if I list something on Vinted, it's only on Vinted. And where I wasn't a pro account, at any moment they could have closed me down, and I've got 80 items I need to go back through the boxes, pull out, relist, and put them onto eBay. I didn't want to do that. And obviously, I knew what I'm going to do for 2025, so I'm going to be upping these listings on there as well. It just saves me from being shut down and having to do all that stuff, go through the boxes and dig it all back out again. That's the only reason why I went pro. That's it. And they sent me a message like, we're not saying you are, but just a reminder, you need to be pro if you're selling things for profit. I was like, oh, that's like a prod in it. So let's go pro. Yeah, go and get a Greg's. Go on, get one. I've got to get one. Life's too short. But I made my own pizza yesterday. We're buying tonight. But I've made enough dough to make 3 more pizzas. So I'm going to, I'll show you, because I know how much you really want to see a pizza that I've made. But I let the dough proof overnight and rise overnight. And I woke up this morning, it's come out of all the tubs. It's all blasted over. So tomorrow's one should be good. This one wasn't that great. Ooh. Just a lot healthier than a Domino's, I guess, but I'm having Domino's tonight, so can't believe how fast Whatnot's fell off, to be honest. It hasn't fell off. I don't use it as much, but there's always hype around something new, and then the longevity remains in the people. Listen, as long as, if I've got somewhere that I can buy 100 items for 50 pence each, or 1,000 items for £1 each, or 1,000 items for 50 pence each, and I can get them in bulk, get them in job lots all the time. I can get it cheap, I can get lots of it. If I can get something for cheap and I can get lots of quantity, Whatnot is fantastic. And that's where you'll see most of those people doing things on there. Obviously, things like Pokemon card breaks as well. It doesn't matter how much you pay for that. You should still do well on things like that on there because of the market. But let's take away that out of the situation. Clothing, makeup, shoes, trainers, whatever else. If you can get bulk and you can get it cheap, Whatnot is amazing, fantastic. When I was doing the consignment stuff, I was doing Whatnot because I was getting it for nothing and I had to give away 50% after fees and stuff. But that's still nothing. I'm getting it for nothing and I'm making 50% after fees. So to me, that's still a lot. But I could have bought all of that for £1 each, for example, and then it's still worth it to me. I think for the average person with no following, let's say, if you want to go start, I think you could still, as long as you've got constant supply and it's cheap and you don't mind letting it go for cheap, some items cheap, Whatnot's great. But for the average person, yeah, you're probably right. It's probably fell off, but you can still make money on there. It's my personal opinion, of course. You thought about using Vendy for cross listing? I don't like the idea. A lot of, unless anybody can. I have 2 cross listing platforms ask me to do a sponsorship thing. Unless you can show me one that 100% delist stuff once it sells on one and one the other. On all the big ones, I've heard people talking about how they sell something and it doesn't delist it from the other site. I don't want to cross list and have to go and re-delist it myself. I want you to, if I'm going to pay for a service, I want you to do it all. So unless I'm mistaken and missing something, let me know. If there's one that does that, I'll do it. Ricky's cooking channel next year. You don't want to see that. I don't know about that side of the politics, AC. I don't know. I wouldn't do that, let loose. I wouldn't delete all your stuff on Vinted, if I'm honest. If you want to do that whole thing to get a new number, like a new item listed thing, see if it boosts it, probably do, I don't know, 1 or 2 every now and then, but I wouldn't do them all. It's up to you. You do what you want, though. Good morning. How you doing? She sells car parts. That's what I'm going to call you because that's your name on her. How you doing? Hope you're doing well, my darling. See, this is another prime example of somebody who knows how to run an eBay business, how to turn them figures over, and how to look at the analytics, and does very well from it as well. So I hope you're doing well. Oh, Eddie. Whatnot is great, as you say, if you have the right business model and niche like John and Charlotte. They seem to have got it spot on. Yeah, they can get their stuff for a competitive price and they can sell it for a competitive price and they can get it in quantity. So for them, it's perfect. Vinted has just replied, it's because my business name isn't my actual name. They all need to be the same, which is a bit ridiculous, replied. Don't know. Bit weird, isn't it? Hello, Keith. Okay, thank you. Yeah, no worries, man. I'm going to go to Greg's because I'm starving and I've been chatting on there for a while. Love coming into these streams, but they are a time suck and I get sucked into talking with you guys and I forget where I am and what I'm doing and what's going on. So before you go, if you wouldn't mind subscribing if you haven't and like that video, I'll love you with a love heart, some 100% there for you. That's me giving you some 100% because I love you all. And if you can see it, but probably can. And I'll see you on the next video, I guess. Ta-da. Much love. Peace out. Hope you have a great new year.